Here in North America, the Rogue name is such a huge success sales-wise that it was no surprise that when Nissan decided to expand the Rogue family with the introduction of the Rogue Sport a couple years ago, it instantly became a pretty hot seller. Now I'm here at the 2019 Chicago Auto Show, where Nissan has just unveiled the refreshed 2020 Rogue Sport. Let's take a first look. So although this vehicle is known as the Rogue Sport in North America, in other parts of the world you'll know this vehicle as the Nissan Qashqai, which I'm probably mispronouncing, and it's a good thing that Nissan decided to change the name. Now you can see here for 2020, they've given the vehicle the same refresh that we saw on the Qashqai. It has a very unique front end. Actually, it looks a lot more handsome than the pre-refreshed model. It kind of has its own unique look to it, whereas before it just looked like a baby Rogue. You have these Nissan LED accented headlights. They're the boomerang style, where they basically mimic the current design language that we've seen on the Altima. This particular one, being an SL, has the full upgraded LED headlights with the halogen fog lights at the bottom here, and then you have the running lights over here. It's overall a really nice look. It kind of literally looks like they've mixed the styling elements of the new Altima with the Rogue, and I really actually am hoping that the next generation Rogue, the full-size one, kind of takes a lot of inspiration from this in terms of the design. Now, one thing I really love about the refresh are these updated wheels. These are 19-inch wheels wrapped in 225 series tires. They literally look like 20s, and that was kind of my issue. I actually had the Rogue about a year ago this time, the previous generation, the Rogue Sport, and I didn't really like the vehicle's design and the way it drove. This, to me, looks a lot better. Now, underneath the newly sculpted hood, you still have the same 2-liter, 141 horsepower engine with a CVT, so unfortunately, it's going to be still a little bit on the underpowered side. Now, this vehicle is considerably smaller than the full-size Rogue. I believe I said it was about 6 to 8 inches shorter overall, and you can really see that here in the overall profile of the vehicle. It's actually a really good size, especially for those of you who live in urban environments. Now at the back you can see newly refreshed taillights, just like the front. They're kind of an LED combination with this kind of boomerang shape that kind of resembles the new Maxima that they just showed, and the refreshed Murano. It takes a lot of family design cues. Underneath here you have these integrated parking sensors and then no visible exhaust tips. Now, because this vehicle is a little bit smaller than the Rogue, it doesn't offer like that powered tailgate or anything like that, and the cargo capacity has been reduced by about 15 cubic feet compared to the bigger conventional Rogue. Now on the inside of the 2020 Rogue Sport, you can see Nissan has again made pretty subtle changes to the vehicle. The biggest change you're going to notice is the new infotainment system. It's basically an 8-inch touchscreen display. It's got the latest Nissan infotainment system where it includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The previous generation, or the pre-refresh model, did not have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, so that's kind of a big upgrade that they needed to do. They also included basically the Nissan Safety Shield 360 as standard on every trim except for the base model, and then they've also expanded the availability of the Nissan ProPilot Assist, which is their full suite of driver assistance systems. Now, the rest of the interior, you can see it's got that nice flat bottom steering wheel. It's got soft touch materials on this upper portion, hard touch plastic down here, soft touch on the door panels. The seats also, I find them to be pretty comfortable. They're only just a two-way heat for the seats. You do have a power driver seat on this side, but no memory seats like what you get on the bigger Rogue. And then above you, just a standard size sunroof. You can get a panoramic sunroof on the bigger Rogue. And then Nissan does offer the full 360 camera system on this vehicle, which is definitely a nice premium feature, especially if you remember this car competes with subcompact SUVs like the Honda HR-V or the Toyota CHR. Now, Nissan did say that the 2020 Rogue Sport will be going on sale in the second half of 2019, so probably by the summer, with no pricing yet announced. The current one started in the low $20,000 range, which I would expect this one to kind of fall right in there, may even be a little bit more expensive. For Redline reviews of the 2019 Chicago Auto Show, I'm Sokyeon Bae. Here in other parts of the world, you'll know this vehicle as the Nissan Qashqai. It's Qashqai. Okay.